Hear me out. What if Stranger Things Season 5 doesn't just end the story, but literally rewinds everything back to 1983?
Wait, like time travel? Are we seriously about to go full Back to the Future in Hawkins?
Welcome back to Geek Girl Chronicles. I'm Vivian, joined by Anne Margaret, and today we're diving into one of the wildest Stranger Things theories yet. It's crazy to even think about this whole going back in time thing. This fan theory says the final season might reset the timeline by sending everyone right back to the day Will Byers disappeared.
But why 1983 specifically? Why not before Vecna messed with everything?
Because the Upside Down is stuck there, frozen. Remember Nancy's diary? In Season 4, every entry stopped on November 6, 1983, the exact night Will vanished. And we can't forget that the Duffer Brothers have repeatedly said that Season 5 will, quote, circle back to Season 1.
Oh, right. The mirror world. Literally paused in time. That can't be random.
Exactly. The Upside Down isn't just another dimension. It's like a record scratch moment. Time froze when 11 first opened the gate. If the Upside Down really is a frozen time loop from 1983, maybe Hawkins isn't just haunted by Vecna. Maybe it's literally trapped in some kind of cosmic recording.
So you're saying the whole thing is like a cosmic VCR stuck on pause, just looping until somebody hits rewind or play again?
Exactly. Think about it. Stranger Things has always been obsessed with the 80s. But what if that wasn't just nostalgia bait? What if the actual reason we never leave the 80s is because the world itself is stuck there?
Whoa. So you're saying Hawkins isn't in the 80s by accident? It's in the 80s because it has to be?
Now imagine how this ties to the characters, like Will Byers. Poor dude gets pulled into the Upside Down in episode 1. What if that wasn't random? What if Will was always meant to be the anchor to 1983?
Hold up. Are you saying poor Will's not just the victim, but the literal key to the whole timeline?
Yes. Because of his connection to the Mind Flayer, his ability to sense Vecna, the way he still feels the Upside Down crawling on his neck, it all screams Chosen One energy.
You are the Chosen One!
Matt Duffer literally called Will the emotional core of Stranger Things. Maybe Will is the only one who can reset the timeline because he's the one who got stuck when time first broke. And if Will's always been the heart of the story, it makes sense he could also be the anchor that resets everything. This connects Will's trauma to the Duffer's own words.
Man, imagine surviving 4 seasons of trauma only to find out, surprise, you're actually the reset button.
This isn't even that wild compared to other sci-fi. Think about it. The TV show Dark literally had entire seasons about time loops and characters going back to stop disasters before they started. Back to the Future, same thing. Reset the past to save the present.
So what you're saying is, Stranger Things is just a Hawkins, Indiana edition of Marty McFly.
Kinda, yeah. Except instead of a DeLorean, they've got a psychic teenager, a bunch of bikes, and a demon dimension. And here's where it gets crazier. Vecna's obsessed with clocks, right? The chiming, the ticking, it's all about time. Fans think the Upside Down could actually be used as a time machine.
Oh, so what? You're saying they could actually rewind? Undo every death?
Maybe. Like Eddie? Saved. Max? Brought back. They could even stop Henry Creel before he becomes Vecna.
But here's the big question. If they do reset everything, what happens to all the growth? Like Hopper's survival, Max's friendship with Elle, Steve's redemption arc, do they just disappear? And this is Stranger Things. Nothing comes free. If they reset the timeline, someone has to pay the price.
Exactly. And the theory says that someone is 11. Dun dun dun!
No, don't you dare. We've already lost enough.
I get it. But here's where the theory gets heavy. Almost every version of this timeline reset idea points back to one exact moment, November 6th, 1983. That's the night Will vanished, and the night 11 opened the first gate. If the gang really does travel back, they're not just revisiting the start of the story, they're facing the day everything broke.
So what happens if they mess with that day? Like, if they actually stop Will from being taken? Does that mean Mike, Dustin, and Lucas never meet 11?
That's the risk. They could change everything. Some theories say instead of preventing the abduction, the group might let it happen. But this time, they go in after Will on purpose. Another version says 11 still banishes Henry like before, but this time they find a way to trap him permanently in 1983.
But if the whole thing is anchored to Will's abduction, then the real solution has to come from 11.
Exactly. The biggest theory out there is called close the gate from the inside. To finally defeat Vecna, 11 would have to go back into the Upside Down on that night and shut the Mother Gate herself, permanently.
But if she does that from the inside...
Yeah. Coming back to what we said earlier, 11 might not come back. She could save Hawkins, maybe even undo years of loss, Eddie, Max, all of it, but at the cost of her own life or her existence in the normal timeline.
That would hit so hard, especially since Stranger Things has always been about sacrifice. Hopper in season 3, Eddie in season 4, 11 could be the ultimate one.
It would be heartbreaking, but it would also bring the show full circle, ending exactly where it began, on the night Will disappeared. Or maybe nobody remembers. Maybe they all wake up in 1983, riding their bikes like nothing ever happened.
That would actually be the perfect ending. Sad, but perfect.
Okay, but let me be the devil's advocate. What if this is all just one big misdirect? You know how the Duffers love throwing Easter eggs, and they love messing with us. Remember when they said season 5 will feel like a greatest hits of Stranger Things? That could mean time travel, or just more nostalgia bait.
True. They gave us a whole season of Killer Mall vibes, just to hide an underground Russian lab.
Exactly. So maybe the clocks are just about Vecna's obsession with control. Maybe the frozen timeline is just creepy flavor text.
Which honestly would be such a Stranger Things move. Make us crazy with theories for 2 years and then boom, it's just, nah, Vecna likes antique clocks.
Right? We're out here building Back to the Future timelines and Vecna's just shopping at Goodwill.
Okay, but even if it is a misdirect, that frozen 1983 detail is too big to ignore. Something's coming.
So, is season 5 setting up a full timeline reset?
Or is it all smoke and mirrors? Creepy clocks, hidden Easter eggs, and fan torment. Would you hit rewind on Hawkins?
Drop your theories in the comments because honestly, we need answers before our brains explode.
Copy!